Hello everyone. All right, so we are here for another quick little video. I did a poll and asked you guys what you wanted, and it was almost unanimous that we wanted to do hips and glutes. So that's what we're gonna focus on. It's not gonna be really long. This is just gonna show you that you can stretch that body out every day in just a few minutes. So I'd love if you could join me for a class, whether that's virtual or in person. If you want details on that, let me know. But otherwise, just hop on here, do these videos. It's gonna make a world of difference. We're just gonna get started with just a little bit of a warm up so that we are not just jumping right into tight hips. So we're just gonna go ahead and come forward to the table, separate your knees the width of your hips, plant your hands right under your shoulders. Go ahead and drop the belly. Inhale, open up the heart. Exhale, round out the spine. Tuck the chin to the chest. Good. Two more like this. Drop the belly, open up the heart. Inhale. Exhale, pull the belly button to the spine, round it out. Good, one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good, we're gonna go ahead and curl your toes under, lift your hips up, and then just start to heel toe your feet out here. Just starting to stretch out that body. Just listening to what feels good. Maybe come high up on your toes. Press those heels down. And then just go ahead and walk your feet up to meet your hands. Good, we're just gonna take a little ragdoll here. So bend the knees, hold on to opposite elbows, sway a little bit side to side. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose, and then exhale, side out. Good, release those fingertips down to the mat. Bend the knees enough to get your belly to your thighs. Gaze forward, find a flat back. Inhale, exhale, fold, let your elbows go wide. So if your hamstrings are really tight, then you're just gonna keep your legs bent more. So bend the knees, gaze forward, inhale, exhale, fold. Good, one more time, inhale, exhale, fold. Good, this time we're gonna inhale, flat back, and then we're gonna exhale to step your left foot back. So if you take my classes a lot, you're gonna notice that there's a lunge in every single class. Probably many of them, even these 5-minute videos, I always am gonna incorporate a low lunge. It's just gonna open up everything in the front of those hips. Okay, so what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna come back, shift into that left leg. We're gonna take that right ankle just above that left knee. And then we're gonna flex that foot. I'm gonna plant my hands under my shoulders, just like if I was going into cat-cow in the beginning. And I'm gonna turn here so you guys can see my back a little bit, what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna arch my back, just like you do in cat-cow. So in cat-cow, we round the back and then we arch the back. So I want it arch. So I want it to be like you're trying to stick your hips up to the ceiling. At the same time, you're trying to stick your hips behind you. And then I just want you to lower the hips down, but don't let the spine round out. Stick the hips back. And then come down onto your forearms if you're able, or place your forearms on a block. So this should be getting a really good stretch in that right glute. And come back to you this way. So deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Good, one more deep breath, inhale. Exhale. Good, we're gonna go ahead and release this. Drop that knee down. And we're gonna take the left knee across the right. So same thing, so my left ankle is right above that right knee, my foot is flexed. I'm gonna walk my hands out to support myself. So I have this knee hovering off the ground. Another option would be, if you're really tight, to place a block or a towel, pillow, something underneath this shin right here. And then I'm gonna arch my back again, so really arch. So think this is rounded, we're arching. So we're trying to stick the hips up towards the sky. And I'm gonna shift my hips back. So this is getting a really good stretch right here in this glute. So sink it back and then maybe come on down to your forearms. And then we have 3 deep, good breaths here. So take a nice inhale. Exhale. Continuously have that sensation that you're arching your back. You're trying to get your glutes to the wall behind you. Little curve in that lower back. Good, one more breath. Good, go ahead, come forward. Good, so we're gonna come back to that lunge. So we have to stretch the front of that hip. So high up on those fingertips, slide that left foot back. Inhale it open. Good, then we're gonna walk that right foot over to the left, coming into our pigeon. So we're gonna Aim to have a 90-degree angle here just because I want to mostly focus on the larger glute muscle. But if you're here and you're hovering off the ground, you can't get that hip down, you can either place a block under that right hip or a pillow, whatever you have available to you, or you can just bring that heel closer to you. The difference is we're just going to stretch a different spot if you bring the heel closer to you. So just pay attention to where you are and how it feels, and then you can stay lifted. But what I ultimately love is for you to find a place where you can relax as much as possible, even though this is an intense pose. So coming down, if you're able to, either coming down to your forearms, or even if you're able to walk your arms all the way out, letting your forehead come down. And then 3 deep breaths. Okay, go ahead and walk the body up. And then we're just gonna drag those knees together. So bring that right knee back to meet the left, and then just bend that right leg, take some big hip circles. Flush it out. And then the other side. So again, back to that low lunge. Sink that right hip back, press that right foot into the mat, lift high up on your fingertips. Think about sinking your left glute down towards your left ankle, and then open up that heart. So 3 deep breaths in each posture. So we don't have to be here all day. We can take 5 minutes out of our day to make a world of difference in that body. And then go ahead and walk that foot over. Sinking into your pigeon on the side, wherever that heel placement needs to be for you. Slide that right leg back. That's how you're gonna get your body down to the mat. And then come on down. And then maybe you land right here. Maybe you stretch your arms forward. I want you to have the sensation that I'm pulling your right leg out behind you and I'm stretching your upper body forward. So just pretend that someone's trying to separate you at the center. And then really breathe into that left hip. So that large glute muscle on that left side is what we're gonna breathe into here. 3 deep breaths. Go ahead and walk the body up. Drag those knees back together. Take your hip circles on this side. Take 2 or 3 one direction, then reverse it. Good. We're gonna end with one more pose. So cross your ankles, sit back over your heels. All right, so depending on the tightness of your hips, this might look different for you. This might be where you are. You might be sitting here with your shins just crossed, moving your glutes out of the way. You maybe lean forward, you feel the stretch in this outer hip area, or we're gonna keep the left shin where it is, we're gonna stack the right shin on top of it. So if you're choosing to do this option, we wanna make sure that the knee's not all the way up here. If it is, just stack the shins in front of each other, that the right foot is about to fall off the edge, and that the left foot the shin is parallel to the front of your mat. So it's all the way forward. So already you should be feeling that right hip start to open. So again, move those glutes back out of the way. Arch your back just like we have been. So glue your hips down to the mat, have that little curve in your lower back, and then press your hips back as you bring your body forward. So this is gonna target that little right side in that hip. And then just fold into it. And then 3 deep breaths. Good. On your next breath, go ahead and sit up, and then we just switch sides. So you might need to do the same thing you did on the other side, or depending on your flexibility of this hip, maybe you can go deeper, or maybe you need to back off more. So it's not always gonna look the same on both sides. So find that positioning of those hips, and then glue those hips down, arch that back, lean forward into it. 3 deep breaths. Good. Go ahead and bring that body up. That's all for today. Hopefully your hips feel so much better. Save this video, come back to it, share it with a friend. Next video I'm gonna do is gonna be on hamstrings, but if there's anything that you want to see here, just shoot me over a message and let me know. Have a good day, you guys.